All right, you might be afraid that your ex is potentially using you for whatever reason, either physically or for, money or for status or whatever, right? It wouldn't be the first time this has ever happened. I want to let you know how you can tell if this could be what's going on, and more importantly, what you might need to do if you do sort of sense something like this is happening. So let's stay tuned through to the end because we're going to be talking about 11 things that your ex will do if they are using you. Hey there, it's Clay. So let's jump right on into this. Thing number one, if your ex is using you, they will really only contact you whenever they need something. Maybe they need to borrow some money, or maybe they need your help with some sort of issue that they're going through, or maybe they need, advice on some problem or something like that. But they only really contact you whenever they're trying to take something from you. Basically they're trying to make a withdrawal from that sort of social bank account between the two of you. They're not really making deposits, they're just sort of withdrawing. That's one way that you can know if your ex might be using you. The second way is if they do everything possible to do as little as possible with you. They go out of their way to avoid you. They go out of their way to cancel plans or come up with some elaborate reason why they can't go to the social function together. But, sure, they can definitely come by at, midnight or something tonight for a little, intimate whatever. That's definitely one way, is if they just avoid doing things for you or with you. So that's, again, they're not making those deposits into that interpersonal relationship bank account here. Third thing is that they never really seem to think of you. They seem sort of lost in their own thoughts, lost thinking about themselves, but they don't really take much of an interest in your life, the problems that you're going through, the struggles, the things that are coming up, the important presentations or exams or whatever that you might have coming up. They don't really seem to take much of an interest in you or in those sorts of things. Thing number four is if they really don't know you that well. They may know you some because obviously the two of you were in a relationship, but they're not really dialed into who you are. They're not really dialed into who you are as a person or who you have become since the breakup, because again, we all are growing and evolving. I hope you are. Most of the people that I work with have put a significant amount of energy into correcting the problems from the breakup. So they're usually growing a lot, taking on things like meditation, mindfulness, exercise, focusing it on their career, focusing it on being more patient, more compassionate, more empathetic, etc. And if they're not seeing this, not noticing this, not taking interest in this, then that's an important red flag to be on the lookout for. Before we go on with this list, if you do like these videos that I do, it would help me out a lot if you would gently tap the thumbs up button for this YouTube video, as well as subscribing to this channel and hitting the notification bell down below. All of these are totally free ways that you can go ahead and support this channel, as well as just dropping a comment down below and letting me know, if any of these 11 things that we're talking about are present in your situation, or just say, hey, that's fine too. Any kind of engagement actually helps with the YouTube algorithm. So go ahead and help a guy out, huh? If they speak poorly about you to others, and it's like, obviously that's kind of a low class thing to do anyway, but if it's sort of well earned, like if you cheated on them or something, that's one thing. But if they're going out of the way to speak down about you to other people, like, oh yeah, he's always so stingy, he never spent any money on me or something like that, that's an important thing to be mindful of and to look out for. Number 6 is when you have a crisis, they disappear. They're not there to help you out. They're not there when the chips are down. They're not there to help you out when you need a little bit of help, as we all occasionally do from time to time. It's a sign that they're not really investing, not making those deposits into the relationship bank account. They're really only interested in making the withdrawals, right? So we're kind of going with this metaphor. I hope you're kind of piecing it together here. There's things that you can do to invest, to deposit, and there's things you can do to withdraw. And obviously we want to at least make it 50-50, but if nothing more, look for making more deposits than withdrawals. And if they're making more withdrawals than deposits, then that's obviously a troubling sign. Number 7, you only hang out with them under specific situations. It's like, oh yeah, well, no, we can't go out together with your friends or my friends. We can only be together alone at night, when everything else is closed or something like that. We can only get together if my plans for the weekend fall through, or things like that. Things that basically say that, hey, I'm not really willing to take you into my life. I'm just trying to use you when it's convenient for me. Again, withdraw. Number 8, they become pushy or manipulative if you're not able or willing to give them what they want. If you're not able to, come over to their place late at night, maybe they become a little bit pouty or angry or manipulative or angry or something like that. If you're not able to loan them money, or if you're not able to, help them out in whatever way, they become sort of upset, manipulative, pushy, take you on guilt trips, things like that. That's definitely a problem, and it's definitely a red flag to look out for. Number 9, hey, maybe they've even told you that they're using you. Obviously, that should be like a very clear thing. Like, hey, just to be clear, I'm using you, right? Oftentimes people aren't that blunt and direct about it, but hey, you never know, right? And so you want to pay attention if you are noticing these sorts of things. Number 10 is they always need to be in charge. They always need to be the one who's calling the shots. Obviously, if they're calling the shots, then they can sort of steer things towards their advantage and whatever it is that they want to use you for. And if they're not calling the shots, then they can't do that. So obviously, they would probably want to be in the position of calling the shots. So that's what you got to look out for. And number 11 is they know all of your emotional hot buttons and they push them accordingly to get what they want. They know how to guilt trip you. They know how to manipulate you. They know how to be passive aggressive in just the right ways. They know how to do this or that in order to, twist you emotionally to get what you want. That's how you can know that your ex is using you. And if this is happening, it's really potentially a sign of their character. Hey, big red flag right there. Stop and evaluate before moving forward. But it could also be a sign that you just haven't built enough of an emotional connection with them. And you want to definitely make sure that you're doing that before you keep moving forward in these sorts of situations. If you do want to learn more about emotional connection building, we do have this video playlist right over here on what we call advanced relational skills. It's really useful for helping people to build emotional connections, and I think you should check it out right here. I'll see you over there on that playlist. Take care.